everyone, and welcome back to Who Let Me Do This, me, and also you. So let's talk about it. This week has been like super busy for me. I don't know about you guys. My husband and I went to Mohegan for his birthday, and also because we ended up getting a free night and a whole bunch of gift cards in a raffle that we won for my husband's best friend's brother was diagnosed with cancer back in like December, and they had like a benefit dinner and they did like a million raffles where he bought raffle tickets and all the money went to them, which was amazing. And we ended up winning a few of the raffles. So the trip was awesome. It was only, basically a day and a half and a night stay, but it was much needed. And I'm very happy that we did it and very grateful that we won that, man. Like, we haven't done anything like that in a very long time, obviously, between having Brian and then when I was pregnant, and you get it. So it's been a long time since it's just been like him and I on a vacation, just enjoying ourselves, relaxing. And it was fun. So I cannot wait to go again. We still have a lot of gift cards to use at they're all like restaurant ones, but it was still really fun. So highly recommend if you want like a quick like day trip or something and you're in New England and you've never been to Mohegan. They got something for everyone. We won like quite a bit on a slot too. And then we ended up just playing and we lost it all, like what you can get, I guess. And yes, your girl did get some things. So you'll probably see that on my TikTok. Follow me there, SamRegX3, if you want to see that haul. I already knew from like the beginning of the month, since we planned this trip, I was like, I am shopping. So for anyone that's going to come at me and, oh my God, you're under consumption journey. Yeah, the fuck I know, okay? I deserve to spoil myself too. I'm a stay-at-home mom, okay? All I do is stay at home and take care of my kid, which in retrospect to some people, that doesn't sound that bad. But apparently we're still stuck in 1954 where people think that like moms don't do anything and it's not a real job. And oh, that brings back memories for me. Wow, that just popped into my head. Fun fact, I will tell you guys this really quickly. So, not to put my ex on blast as much as I already have in this podcast. The fact that when I was babysitting, nannying, when I was in high school with to my neighbors, he did not call that a real job. Moment of silence. That is all. I don't care. If you work with kids, that is the most realest job in the world, and especially being a stay-at-home mom, because yes, I only have my son, but it ain't for the week. And if you have multiple kids, mom, I salute you. I think that's also been a nice thing too about becoming a mom too, besides being able to understand where a lot of moms are coming from when they're parenting their kids, when they're out in public, when their kids acting up, this and that, like just being able to, and I've mentioned this before, making eye contact with them and just being like, yep. If you're watching this on YouTube, just like a nod, just like a I know, or just, to be on that same level of I get it. Now I get it. Because before I was just like, oh my God, these kids. I deal with enough kids during the week. Why do I have to deal with this right now? Yes, I was that person. Yes. And I know there are people out there that are like, oh my God, these fucking kids, like shut up, shut up, because I get it. Because I also have my moments with my own kid. I'm not saying it, but I'm thinking it. And I'm like, oh, just let it end. It really is funny how now it's like, I get it with all these moms. I get it with all you guys out there. I get it. Okay. And I probably will get it even more eventually when we do have another child, which isn't going to be for a very long time. So ship sailed on that one, to be honest with you guys. I also had this thought, mostly when we were on vacation, that came to my head. It was actually while we were driving home yesterday. I feel like if you guys remember that Miley Cyrus song, Younger Now, I kind of understand that more now. Not only obviously in my 30s and, having a child, but it just makes so much sense. I feel like something kind of finally clicked in my brain to where it's like, okay, you can go back to how you were when you were younger, when you were truly happy without all this noise of social media and people you over and the societal standards and all this crap, before you like woke up to all of that, before you were like, oh my God, this is what I have to do in high school and this and that in college. Your 20s basically are a show. Okay. So anyone that's like, oh my God, I'm not where I need to be, you are right where you need to be in this moment in time. And don't think that you're behind or you're not doing enough because your friends are doing this or blah, blah, blah. It is different for everyone. I wish I could go back and tell myself that, because obviously with all the videos I've done and I've talked to you guys about how I'm feeling and my mental health in my 20s and this and that, and like I want to have a job and I want to get married and have kids. Well, guess what? I did all of it, and I definitely have to say the having kids part is for me the most fulfilling, and being a wife, and I'm living my dream. So definitely don't think that you're behind or you're not doing what you need to do, because whatever it is right now is what it is, and you can always change it if you really, really, really don't like it. I'm just going to talk a whole bunch today, which kind of goes into another thing I wanted to talk about is that I think I mentioned this in another episode. So if I did, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't listen to these back that often, to be honest with you. I just kind of edit it, put it up, and that's how it is. So I don't know if I want to work with kids anymore. There, I said it. Moment of silence. That's a big thing for me because anyone that is close to me, my family, my friends, my husband know that I have been working with kids since I was 16 years old, on and off, of course. And I have worked with all walks of life up to elementary, up to like 4 or 5 years old. And if I know anything besides what I've already said about like parents, you're the reason why your kids act the way they are and do what they do, which is, yes, is true. That has kind of snowballed into teaching, into daycare, into anything involving children. And that is why a lot of teachers quit. And that's why a lot of daycare workers, toddler teachers, infant teachers, preschool teachers leave because it's just so bad and it's so much. And the disrespect and all this. Not only that, but I personally feel like and I just said this to one of my friends a few weeks ago. It's like I've spent so many years like taking care of other people's kids that now it's like it's time for me to take care of my own. I'm sorry, not sorry, making sure the mic's working. It's time for me to worry about my own and be a mother to my own and teach my own. Okay. I don't know where that's going to land me because I know I said that I was possibly going to go back to my job. Now I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm honestly not really thinking too much into it because I know I'm going to spiral and we're not going to spiral about it because it's not here and I'm just going with it and enjoying my son. And as long as everyone is in a good place, I feel no need to go back to work anytime soon. I don't know if I want that for me anymore. I mean, maybe something along, I mean, I was even saying this to my friend. She was like, girl, don't you dare. But like even working in an office or doing something part-time, don't really care about the grind anymore. And I think that's also become like I saw something on TikTok about that and I feel like one of my friends talked about it, but like a few years ago, obviously you guys know like the grind, the grind, the grind. Like I switched careers, I did this, I did that. Like I was trying to level up my life and elevate myself, which I did, and here we are. But now I feel like I don't really have to do that anymore to like prove something to myself or to anyone or to be like, oh, well, I make this much money a year and I have this and I have that, blah, blah, blah. Like I just don't really give a about grinding for the rest of my life for money. It's literally like the verb says, you make some money, then you die. Like literally, like I'm over it right now. So thank God for where everything is and you mamas out there, especially if I know that it's not even just like moms, but teachers that have quit their jobs to go do other things. Like I applaud you in so many ways. I've seen a lot of stuff from people online everywhere. Kids are just crazy. And it does take a very special kind of person to work with kids. It takes someone with a lot of patience and a lot of skill, but mostly patience because kids will test every part of you and especially other people's kids. Oh man. But really, I think what's also ruined, especially like daycare, in my opinion, is that, and maybe I'll talk about this in another episode. I don't know. I'm gonna go more in detail if you guys want. But in daycare, you have either the teenagers that are there for the money and don't really give a fuck about their job or taking care of the kids that much or watching them and just want to be on their phones. Then you have the people that have been there for like 20 plus years, like my old coworker, and was senile and bitter about everything in her entire life and took it out on everyone. But God forbid anyone talks shit. That's another story. You could be like that, or you could be someone that's, I guess, kind of like me that really does care about their job and care about the kids and grow to, have like a relationship with them and love them and they trust you and this and that. There is a distinct difference. And if you go into a daycare, you can definitely tell that difference. So this is for parents out there that want to put their kids in daycare, or if your kid is already in daycare, you could probably tell the difference. Not saying that none of these people care whatsoever about their job or about the kids, but you could just tell between like who really gives a and who really does it. And I think that really is what makes or breaks a daycare, and also with why a lot of like infant, toddler, preschool teachers quit too, because it just gets so out of control. And also with if you have a director that's crazy, but we're going to get into that in another episode. It kind of also goes for that too. Like you put up with a lot and not for anything. I know teachers don't get paid that great. I will say that I definitely leveled up being a para. I definitely leveled up, but it's still not anything that I would be like, oh my God, like I'm going to go spend however much money on a Lexus or a Mercedes. You get what I mean? Like it's nowhere near that, but daycare was like, yeah. For the many years of experience I've had and for everything that I've been through and having a degree in it, I did not give a clearly made it work and we clearly spent a lot of it in this closet. So don't be me. Yeah, I'm done, I think. I don't know. I might retract this. I don't know. I don't know because I really did love my para job. I really did. It was just very stressful and very hard for me when I was pregnant. And I didn't really like where they put me after. And then I also just realized I didn't really want to be there because all I wanted to do is be at home with Brian and I just wanted to be his mom. And I didn't want to be spending my day taking care of other kids and then come home to try to take care of my kid being exhausted. I don't really think that's very fair to him. But again, I know that's not for everybody. And I know that a lot of people can't do that. So I'm not going to be here and be like, oh, poor me. Oh, woe is me. Wah. It's just what was meant to happen, honestly. I leave a lot of stuff in God's hands now, or whatever you guys believe in out there, but the universe. I leave it all in His hands because I know at the end of the day, I'm meant to be where I'm meant to be and everything will be okay in the end. But in that moment, it's just like a little scary. It's a little like, oh my gosh, I can't. And it kind of reminds me of Leo Skepi's latest podcast episode for Aware and Aggravated. Definitely go listen to that because I was listening to that on my walk today. And he basically says that, if you're going to make these big decisions, yes, at first it's going to suck. And yes, it's going to hurt and you're going to feel it, whatever. But eventually it will get better and you will be guided in a new direction and you will figure it out and it's going to be fine, which is kind of the same thing of when I decided to just up and quit my job, which I had no intention of quitting originally. And I keep reiterating that because I really didn't. I wanted to do it. I wanted to be the working mom. I wanted to do it all, but I realized that I just didn't want to do that. And not only that, but every job has their issues and has their, drama and has their tea and whatever is going on behind the scenes. A lot of that too is also kind of annoying. But I think the other thing too that I have never spoken about till now is that I noticed a lot of the older veteran people have been leaving my job and have been there for years and years and years. Like there was a girl that I worked with, she was there for, if she's listening to this, don't clock me, okay? But 13 years, 13, 14 years she was there. And then last year she decided to leave. I mean, she had some stuff going on with her, but regardless, she decided to leave. And there were some other people I saw that recently left that have been there for years and years and years. And that's always a red flag. If I've learned anything, when the veteran people start leaving, that's a problem. When people start leaving in massive amounts, that's a problem. I also noticed that one of my coworkers that was in my room last year, I mean, he trained to be an EMS. EMS? Yes, I'm correct. Like he went to school for it, he graduated, he went to go do that, which is great. I wish I could have said goodbye to him. So if he's listening to this, hello. I'm very sad about that, but it's okay. Hope you're doing well. People leave. People get just tired of the same old, and nothing changes. And it's very different being a para versus in daycare because obviously you're dealing with kids that have disabilities and autism and behaviors. The behaviors, man, some of them are very extreme, some of them are wild, but not to the point of where like, okay, we'll just you deal with it. If things are very crazy, I think they go to a different school or something. I don't know, don't quote me, I'm in Connecticut. I don't know, but I know that is a big factor of a lot of reasons why people are leaving there too. And also kind of took it into consideration of like, yes, I love my job, yes, love working with these kids. I have a few kids that I've worked with the last few years that I love so much and I've seen them grow and it makes me so proud to know that I helped them get there. But at the same time, I was like, do I want to be in this environment where people are getting punched and hit and kicked and slapped and pushed and scratched and hair pulled and this and that every single day and coming home to that with my son? No, I don't think I really want to do that. And especially when I was pregnant, I avoided it at all costs. I avoided a lot of, I was like, nope, I'm pregnant. Bye. You can deal with, I'm not doing that. There's just no way. There's no way. There's like the difference between like, if I wasn't pregnant and I was like on my game, like, sure, I can deal with that. No problem. But pregnant, you. In general, I think I'm just done in this moment. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what, the world, what God gives me. I am kind of at a standstill with it because part of me wants to go back and then part of me is like, you can do something so much better. You could go somewhere else. You could do something part-time. You could just like go do something else with your life. You're 32 years old, Samantha. It's time to just like get out of this. It's time to just be more than you ever imagined. So we will see on that. I don't know if I have any other updates. I don't know. It's been a very fun week. Ryan has he did break through 2 teeth like a few weeks ago, actually like a month ago. So yeah, he's got 2 bottom teeth now. That's crazy. He's working on the tops. And he's going to be 10 months tomorrow, Saturday, when you guys are watching this and listening to this. 10 months, you guys. 10 months. Thankfully, I have already started planning his birthday, so I'm not that stressed about it. Got a lot of exciting things coming up. I'm very happy. I am planning on spending my Wow, what is a stummer? What is a stummer? Help me. I plan on spending my summers outside by the pool, at the beach, reading. I want to read more. As I said last week, scrolling has been a big problem for me. So we are trying to scale it back a bit. And finally, I just want to say, I guess this is an update, maybe not. I'm trying to be more sociable. I feel like I do have something wrong with me. We knew that already. I do. I know I have problems communicating. I have problems having friends. I have a lot of trauma with friends, relationships, that sort of thing. Trauma, air quote it. But I'm trying. I'm trying to put myself out there a little bit and to not be so locked in my house all the time. So a little bit more than I was before. I'm trying to like go out and do things. I'm trying to go at like do brunch and do dinner and just be cutesy, like be an adult. It's like, oh my God, girl, mom night out. But yeah, so I'm working on that too, and that's been great. Kudos to me. Also, can we just throw in the tariffs thing again? I know no one really wants to talk about that, but can we talk about how expensive TikTok shop got? I was just on there the other day and I was like, $70 for a bikini, $50 for that, $40 for this when it was like 10 the other day. It's crazy. Crazy. I'm scared. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And yeah, just talking as always, but it's nice. It's nice to like kind of get it out too and to talk with you guys. So I forgot my sign off. Be safe, don't be stupid, don't do anything I wouldn't do, okay? All right. And enjoy the weather if you're in New England, if it's getting warm wherever you are, because it's getting warm here and I'm very happy about it. So we're walking every day, we're outside every day. I don't give Yeah. Okay. I'll see you guys in my next episode. Bye.